Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at your higher self's evaluation of you, of the things you've been doing, as well as how you can achieve your dreams. To do this reading, we will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck. If you of course prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. All right, so let's pull out our cards for today's reading. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile number 3. And let's see what we've got. For pile number 1, you've got as above, so below. For pile number 2, you've got Raven and Wolf. And for pile number 3, you've got Setting Sun. Now, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the Lemon Quartz. For pile number 2, you've got the Desert Rose. And for pile number 3, you've got the Rainbow Aura Quartz. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to several piles or maybe even all of the piles, I would say definitely trust your intuition. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. So if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then my dear soul family, as you know, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you so that you can do just that. All right, so after the shuffling, as always, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. I think today I feel drawn to pulling it one by one and see what we get. So for pile 1, we've got the sign Gemini. For pile 2, we have Aquarius. Pile 3, we've got Aries. Pile 1, Scorpio. Pile 2, Leo. Pile 3, Libra. It's nice to watch it form sometimes. Pile 1, Capricorn. Pile 2, Sagittarius. Pile 3, Taurus. Pile 1, Virgo. Pile 2, Cancer. And pile number 4, Pisces. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I, of course, highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your piles using other placements in your chart, please feel free to do that. These are just different ways to pick your piles. If after all of that, you're going through some decision paralysis and you're like, but I don't know which one to go by, I highly recommend for today's reading, actually, thinking about it again, to go by your moon. You can go by your sun, moon, or rising, or any other placement. But if you're like, I don't know which one, I would say go by your moon sign. It is a spiritual reading after all. We're taking a look at your higher self's assessment, moon. But if you're saying, oh, North Node, that works as well. Yeah. If you're going through a decision paralysis, go by your moon. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking, We're taking a look at your higher self's evaluation of your spiritual path, of your growth, and all of that, the positives and the things that your higher self would be guiding you to look at, perhaps if you choose to. And we're also going to be taking a look at your higher self's advice on how to achieve your dreams. So like the most thing that you really want to achieve. So this is the plan. And yeah, let's get straight into it. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful lemon quartz. Your significator card is as above, so below. And some of the keywords on this card are duality, balance, and flow. Actually, these are all the keywords on the card. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac sign, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Gemini, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Virgo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. All right, so let's start off with the first thing, and that is your higher self's acknowledgement and encouragement to do more of what you're already doing. And that is nice. Wisdom, the wisdom aspect of Scorpio with the keyword forgiveness. And it says a long exhale. I have a feeling like you have released a lot of form of emotion, like forgiveness, heavy emotion, any sort of heavy emotions like sadness, stress. Yeah, there's a lot of release that you've done, that your higher self, like, it doesn't have to mean that it's all healed, although it could be 100%. But I really feel like your higher self is saying that you've done a long shot. You've been very focused on releasing a lot of the emotions that have been heavy, weighing heavy on you, maybe even tying you down in many ways. So here it says, let go of the air in your lungs and exhale fully. What else are you ready to let go of? So you're let go also of a lot of things. Once you set forgiveness in motion, you can stop focusing on the projected outcome of a situation and allow it to take its own course. So you are on the course, on the path of healing something that was weighing very heavy on you. Scorpio energy, you know, it's tricky, it's not easy, it's powerful, but just as heavy as it is as magical as it is when you do finally release it. So it's a magical experience throughout, actually. And it looks like your higher self is congratulating you for your patience to take the time to work on your heavy emotions, and throughout time you've managed to heal and release a lot. You've done a great job with that. It's not the destination yet, but you're on the course of it. And you are not focusing on the end result, but understood that it's about the path, and you're very much focused on that. So really nice. I love this for you. Perhaps you've also forgiven yourself for many things. I think that's a key word here. You've forgiven yourself in many ways. Sometimes forgiveness is like giving grace to yourself. Perhaps you're not judging yourself as harshly on some aspects as you used to, or you've forgiven yourself for some of the things or a lot of the things you've done in the past. All in all, I believe you're lighter now as a soul. Your emotions are much lighter in comparison to before. Let's check out your tarot cards and get more information on what your higher self wants to say with regards to that, because they seem to be, I want to say, proud of you, congratulating you for such a great job in that area. I think your higher self could be saying that this will affect your outer world as well, as above, so below. What we vibrate reflects on our inner world. And so you're moving towards balance now. Apologies, seems like the neighbors were talking. So you're moving towards balance now. Yeah, hold on. All right, integrating your light and shadow, and that is definitely affecting your world today. You're definitely observing things change in your world. Your higher self is showing you. As you integrate your light and shadow, your world definitely is affected and it changes. And there's more flowy energy in your life. And your higher self wants to let you know, the more you release these emotions, the more you integrate your shadow, the more you will feel like there is less resistance in your world, and that the more things will flow easily in your life. Okay, so let's see your tarot cards. And check what you've got here. You have the Ace of Cups, the World card. Nice. Okay, beginning and an end. There is something that you did in fact manage to heal from start to end, like full healing in some aspect has happened. You've got the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, that area specifically, we were just talking about balance. The Six of Pentacles brought you a lot of balance. See, with the Six of Pentacles, you're receiving. Sometimes it's the energy of generosity, but sometimes it's the energy of taking, and sometimes even begging, right, for something. So I believe that healing something, we'll find out what it is if your higher self wants to mention it, has moved you from the energy of needing something to feeling fulfilled and being able to even give it. So that's really nice. Yeah, that's one thing. You've got, we'll explore it more in a moment. You've got the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and you've got the Three of Pentacles. There seems to be something pertaining to collaborating with others and forming deeper bonds, more intimate bonds. So that's there. We'll find out what your higher self wants to say about that. But we've got another aspect, and that is the Five of Cups, the Emperor, and the Page of Swords. Right. So now we're getting in the details of what your higher self is congratulating you on, is telling you that you've done a good job on. One of them you've managed to complete, and it seems like it's going to be the balance that helps you with the other things that you're currently releasing and doing a great job on. Whatever this is, it's now helping you to stand on solid ground, to be able to have better collaborations with others, and to have healthier and more flowing, again, the energy of flow of the Two of Cups harmony in intimate connections. I'm really wondering, are we allowed to know what you've healed here? Perhaps so that you can do more of it? Strength. You somehow have done a great job in some form of empowerment, improving your emotional strength. Yeah, improving your emotional strength. You've done something very strong that will be the basis of you now being able to stand on your own 2 feet and improve the very area. I mean, you could be doing great socially, you could be doing great in emotional connections, but there seems to be some heaviness that you're releasing in that area. And that strength that you've developed is now allowing you to begin a new page of healing that aspect that you need to heal when it comes to connections, collaborations with others, and having intimate connections. That's the area where your higher self is congratulating you. So it seems like you already know, you at least know what to do, because the Page of Pentacles is someone who learns, who's curious, and has grasped at least the beginning steps of what needs to get done, and they'll learn as they go along. So you at least have the basics of what you need to do when it comes to that release, that will, by time, through trial and error, help you improve your emotional connections, intimate connections, as well as your collaborations in general with others. So your higher self is saying you're doing a great job there. What you've healed is helping you in that area, and you're also being congratulated on a third area. Again, that part is helping with there as well. Your higher self is congratulating you for starting to empower yourself from a form of great disappointment and sadness and crying that you've been going through. Again, with the pages here, you started learning how to have a grasp or control over your mind. So this could mean that the sadness, yeah, that's why there's release, understandable. This sadness has been going on nearly even forever. Perhaps you were letting your mind relive this sadness almost to a point of, I would say, victim mindset without realizing, because the Page of Swords is now stopping that. It's a new page of saying, I realize that I get into the cycle of sadness, and now there is a solid foundation. Like, this is the foundation for everything. This is the Emperor. A strong basis and a solid foundation, as you were mentally aware of that, that will act as the basis of you being able to heal this sadness easily moving forward. So yeah, these are the things that I see your higher self congratulating you on. Although yes, this is the one that's fully healed from the Ace of Cups to the World. Wow. It did bring you a lot of strength to be able to heal the other 2 areas, which your higher self is already congratulating you on. You've gone a long shot, and you're already doing great here. 2 pages, 2 new starts. It's like a level up, where it's only a matter of time where these 2 are going to get strong for you, and they will also heal, and it will be, I would say, over in terms of you found your balance in that area. And do know, the more you heal there, as above so below, the more you will notice that things that used to be so resistant in the past is just going to happen so easily for you. So congratulations with that, my dear pile number 1. I'm going to create space so we can start the second part of your reading. And now we're going to be taking a look at what your higher self wants you to focus on. What is best for you to focus on, right? So yeah, what does your higher self want you to focus on? Are you not seeing it perhaps? Let's find out. Symbol. Are you not picking up your signs? Just kidding. So you've got value, leader, glyph, alphabet, a pentagram, parable, religion, mathematics, logo, language, yin yang code, occult, tattoo, abstraction, sign. Is it for real? Maybe your higher self is sending you a specific sign that you're not picking up, and great that you're in this reading today so you can see it. Whoa, thanks. I'm just gonna keep these right next to the symbol card. That was cool. So you've got the Hermit. Yeah, you're definitely not seeing this, although it's right in front of your eyes. And you've got the Justice card. It could be a law of the universe that you're not using to your favor to help you on your spiritual path. You're active. You're actively in your healing journey, very active. You seem to be, the Hermit leaves everything trying to find their path, trying to understand, trying to connect, trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel, leaves everything to discover. So you're on the path. I feel like your higher self is showing you, yes, you are doing a great job. You're seeking knowledge, you're seeking understanding. But there is one law of the universe that can greatly help you out, that you are just not using. The lingo, the language. So maybe it is the language. Like, for example, spell work or saying words. I'm not sure. I think we should pull out your tarot cards to get more information about what you're not seeing here, what you're not using. There's occult here, so there's definitely a law that you're not using. So you've got the Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands. Let's clarify them. Ace of Pentacles, Five of Wands, the fives. That's a struggle. Okay. Oh, competing. Hold on. Also, the Five of Swords is two fighting, here two competing. And Temperance, two opposites. The yes, the two opposites that when comes in balance, things start to work out. The fives, the opposites, the two extremes need to come together in balance. That's the law of polarity. Let me pull out the Kabbalion. Hold on. I know well about it, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I can show you some things that kind of give you the idea of the law of polarity. Let me give you an introduction here. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degrees. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. So it talks about the idea of how opposites are half-truths, and that not to take things in extreme. Like, for example, here we can take a look at this idea. Then passing on the physical plane, they illustrate principle the principle by showing that heat and cold are identical in nature, the differences being merely a matter of degrees. The thermometer shows many degrees of temperature, the lowest pole being called cold and the highest heat. Between these two poles are many degrees of heat or cold. Call them either and you are equally correct. The higher of the 2 degrees is always warmer, while the lower is always colder. There is no absolute standard. All is a matter of degree. There's no place on the thermometer where heat ceases and cold begins. You know, there's also another thing here that could be interesting. Good and bad are not absolute. We call one end of the scale good and the other bad, or one end good and the other evil, according to the use of the terms. A thing is less good than the thing higher in the scale, but that less good thing in turn is more good than the thing next below it, and so on. The more or less being regulated by the opposition on the scale. And so it is on the mental plane. Love and hate are generally regarded as being things diametrically opposed to each other, entirely different, unreconcilable. But we apply the principle of polarity, we find that there's no such thing as absolute love or absolute hate, as distinguished from each other. The two are merely terms applied to the 2 poles of the same thing. Beginning at any point of the scale, we find more love or less hate as we ascend the scale, and more hate or less love as we descend. This being true no matter from what point, high or low, we may start. There are degrees of love and hate, and there is a middle point where like and dislike become so faint that it is difficult to distinguish between them. Courage and fear come under the same rule. The pairs of opposites exist everywhere. Where you find one thing, you find its opposite, the 2 poles. So to me, this is talking about how you're searching for something. And interestingly enough, it looks like what you're looking for is actually in the opposite pair, at the opposite scale, right? And funny, we have another type of scale here. Yeah, other than what we imagined in our mind, at least. So it's the other opposite part of the scale. It's exactly like when we just read good and evil. You know, oh no, that's bad. I would never do that because I'm a good person. Or I'm bad. I can't see myself as a good person. Whatever this is. As an example, of course. It seems like you are guided to look at the opposite end where you don't usually look. Look at the scales. Look at temperance, the hot and cold. We were just talking about that. It seems like it's very challenging for you to look in the opposite way. Like, for example, something is hurting you, something is challenging you. Instead of hating that which is challenging you, because look, 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. Something is beating you and causing a lot of stress and anxiety and anxiousness. So you are actually guided to look in the opposite direction. If we take the good and evil as our example, as we've seen in the Kabbalion, for example, let's say you are battling with something evil, right? So long as you refuse to look at what this evil could teach you, could offer you, why is evil operating in the way that it is operating, why this fight will always remain, because somewhere in the middle is where fear and courage start to faint and become one. Remember, where love and hate start to diminish or faint and become one. That's the unity we're looking for, right? That's the unity. Your higher self also is, it's magical how the significator card, it just keeps being your significator card with everything that we see. The duality, how you are guided to bring them closer and to look in the energy that you're refusing to look at. If you're suffering from someone evil or an evil energy, and I keep saying evil, it doesn't have to be that, just an example. What you're suffering from, you need to now start looking from their point of view. Not so that you open your boundaries and understand why, for example, they're doing what they're doing, or why evil is doing what they're doing, and, you know, let them be and do what they want to be. This is where the understanding is not really understanding. Understanding is just that. To just understand why anything is behaving the way it is. And so you are guided to look in the other direction, put yourself in their shoes, that other energy shoes. What can you learn from them? At least understand why they're doing what they're doing. Not so that you can open your boundaries. If you want to forgive, you can forgive. But keep your boundaries, of course. But it is interesting that you will see the healing or the solution in the opposite energy, in the polarity. This way, you start to be somewhere in the middle and you heal, because sometimes you learn the best things from the opposite energy. From the very thing that you condemn, you can learn where you need to heal. And from that energy, they can also heal and learn what they need to heal from your side. So this is very clear. Your answer lies in the balance between the two. Learn and find balance from looking and studying the other side. This is where your answer lies and where you're trying to grow at the moment, my dear pile number one. Very interesting. All right. So now let's take a look at your guidance in terms of how you can achieve your dreams or your biggest dream. So nice. You've got strawberry with love and the number 22. Interesting. The duality, the balance just keeps on continuing with us. Right. So you've got strawberries with the keyword love. So how can you achieve your dream, my dear pile number one? What does your higher self want to tell you about that? You've got the 3 of Wands. You've got, wow, the 10 of Cups. Okay, but how though? Let's see. And you've got the 7 of Cups. All right. Okay. Let's pull out clarification. You've got the 8 of Wands. Wow, this is like 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands. It's like start now. You start something now. When it comes to your dreams, there's something that you're guided to start now. Your higher self is saying, come on, what are you waiting for? Kind of thing. Wow, 10 of Pentacles in conjunction to the 10 of Cups. Your higher self knows how to give messages, right? The synchronicities are to the roof. And you've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, can I get a clarification here? I have an idea, totally have an idea what the strawberries want to say. But let's just pull out a card. The Devil card, yes, desire, exactly what I thought. Okay, so basically what I'm seeing here is that, you know how strawberries are, or fruits in general, are products that trees create. Fruits are products that trees create because they're inviting you. They have red colors, they're sweet. The trees want you to be attracted to them so that you can eat them, and the seeds fall and more trees are created. So you can see with the devil here in the strawberries, this is like you're being drawn to that dream for a reason. There is a reason why you have such desire to do that, because your desires are going to plant the seeds for something great to happen. You're meant to run towards it. You are meant to, because just as you're planting the seeds, you know, the animal who eats these fruits, or humans that eat these sweets, they enjoy it fully and they get the vitamins and the minerals and everything. And the plants also make benefit because the seeds will be planted and new trees are going to come. So it's good for everybody. When it comes to you, your higher self is saying, if you follow that desire, you are going to be so happy and so fulfilled, maybe even financially, if this is like a business goal maybe, or a dream that you have that does result in making money. If not, at least the Ten of Pentacles is talking about how fulfilled, 10, you're going to be super fulfilled emotionally and with whatever results you are seeking from it, all types of results that you're seeking from it, because the Ten of Pentacles is not just a card of wealth, generational wealth, mind you. It's a card of abundance, it's a card of family, it's a card of bonding and being together, and the result of being together. And there's so many ideas behind it. And you can see how your desire towards this is good for everyone. With all of the people here in the tens, 10 of Cups is happy family. So you can see that you will be happy. The people benefiting from what you desire to do will be very happy. This is good for everyone. Your advice. First of all, don't think much about it. Start and everything will unfold as you begin. I'm also seeing, so how do you start? What does at least start means? Whenever you tune into that energy, you will be able to connect to the celestial world, if we can call it that, plug into the universal mind, and you will be able to channel ideas and get ideas on how to plant these seeds, especially things that you're not expecting. It's like open your mind a little bit about what can you do, what is in your hands that you can do. And it may seem like, yeah, I've got these things in my hand, but what is it going to do anyways? Just start with that. Just start with the sort of ideas that you have. Start now. Knight of Wands. Be quick, move. You can even see here Mercury in Virgo, the 10 of Pentacles. Virgo is what? Being detailed, organized, you know your steps, working hard. And Mercury is your creative energy. So there's definitely something towards your creativity, how you're envisioning this, your capabilities, what you can bring to the table with your imagination specifically. So imagine things. Your higher self knows that you're very creative, highly imaginative, Knight of Wands, very passionate. That's a lot of creative energy with the wands here. So just organize this creative energy into an action plan. That's all that's needed for now. And jumpstart into it. Is this like something that you can start? Or, I mean, if your higher self is saying start now, I guess it is something that you can start. What am I feeling here that I want to ask? What am I feeling? I feel like something is missing here. What am I feeling? Let me reflect. I am feeling, if I were to put myself in your place listening, I would ask first, what is standing in your way? If you desire it that much, first I ask, what is standing in your way? Then we go back to your higher self and see how your higher self answers that. I think that's the best thing to do. So is there anything particularly standing in your way that I'm not noticing in the cards, maybe? Queen of Cups doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like there is anything standing in your way. Queen of Cups and the Fool. You're ready, my dear friend. You're creative. You're happy. You can do this, yeah? So, yeah. Your higher self did, in fact, answer the question like exactly. Just begin. There's nothing that you are missing to begin this. Maybe the Seven of Cups, you don't know where to begin. Just imagine. Don't tell yourself, oh my God, these are like far out, because the Seven of Cups is associated with being overly dreamy, building castles in the sky. So don't. You're just channeling energy that you can achieve. If everyone thought that their idea or their dream was unrealistic, we wouldn't have most of the things that we have in our lives today. So don't think about it this way. Just think, how can I bring my creative idea? How can I ground my creative idea? That's where you're guided to begin. Just start imagining and jotting down ideas. Organize your thoughts is exactly what I'm seeing your higher self telling you to do. Start sometimes when you're so lost and you don't know where to begin. Root these ideas down by organizing your thoughts. Okay, I can do this, I can do that. Maybe I can start next Monday. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that. But are you ready? Queen of Cups, the Fool. Oh my God, you're ready. And there's nothing that's currently standing in your way. You're good to go with this. Yeah, it's just your higher self telling you, what are you waiting for? Begin already. So begin that, or begin something that you need to know you should begin when it comes to your dream. And my dear pile number 1, that is exactly what I see in your reading as your higher self's evaluation and guidance on how to achieve your dream. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hey pile number 2, welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your higher self's evaluation of your journey, as well as how to achieve the important dream that you have. These are the decks that we'll be using. In today's reading, I wanted it to divide it into 3, as you can see. What you're doing well, what your higher self is congratulating you on, what your higher self wants you to do more of. And then we'll be taking a look at your higher self's guidance on what you can improve, what will help you a lot. And then, as mentioned, we'll be taking a look at your higher self's guidance on how to achieve your biggest dream. So that is the plan for the reading. Very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful desert rose. Your significator card is the raven and wolf. It says symbiosis, combined effort, and alliance. Very interesting. Let's see how this will fit into your reading. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Right, so let's get straight into it. And let's see your higher self's evaluation on the things that you are progressing on, the things that you're doing really well. So you've got the material aspect of Taurus with abundance. Ooh, nice. Some of you are doing a great job growing whatever abundance means to you. All right, or you're there, you're getting there, you're doing it, it's growing for you, good for you, very happy for you, my dear pile number 2. Let's see what it says. Feast on the handfuls of flowers. Feast on handfuls of flowers. Turn your attention to the grace and abundance hidden in the natural world around you. Find inspiration in its lush and verdant beauty. Attention germinates gratitude. Let that positive emotion carry you. So you're either creating abundance in your life, or your higher self is saying the attention and the gratitude and the emotions that you're vibrating along with your groundedness and your hard work is leading you, that positive emotions as well, is carrying you towards your abundance. Very interesting. All right. Let's get more information about that from your tarot cards. So, you've got the Six of Swords. I feel for a lot of you, you're getting there with the Six of Swords. You're nearly there, achieving the sort of abundance you're looking for. So your higher self is saying, great job. Keep riding the wave. Keep doing what you're doing. A wave here could be the frequency as well. One of the things you're really doing well is your frequency, your positive mindset, your positive emotions, how you feel to the passion and the gratitude and the inspiration. All of these are emotions that are carrying you towards your abundance. You've got the Two of Pentacles. You are balanced, and you're balancing between feeling this serenity, being in touch with your environment, as well as doing the effort with Taurus. Seven of Cups, exactly. High imagination, passion. Ooh, lovely pile. As well as the Nine of Wands. Right, what I want to do is 2 more extra cards, which is what I was inspired to do, to place them right there. And let's start talking about what your higher self is seeing. Your higher self sees you very well balanced in that area. You're exuding passion. You recognize exactly what you need to do, where you need to go. You're dreaming big, and you've got your eyes set on the goal. You're moving towards it, albeit slowly, but that's cool. That's good, actually. That slow movement towards where you want to go is actually helping you vibrate these emotions, which means that you are not rushing. Yes, you would love to get there, of course, but you've learned to enjoy the environment around you. Yes, you're passionate. Yes, you know where you need to. That's the balance that your higher self here is talking about. You're so passionate. You know what your vision is. You're working hard towards it, but you're also taking it easy. You are enjoying the abundance around you at the moment. You're enjoying the good things in your life. Good for you. And you're taking it easy. That's, such a great attribute that you have, because when good things tend to happen to most of us, we start getting used to it, and we start feeling like, I don't want to say taking it for granted, but we still focus on the negative things, forgetting that although we've got issues to deal with, and maybe even sometimes scary things to deal with that we have to figure out, that there is someone out there in the world living in a terrible condition, maybe even unsafe condition, right? Who would only fathom being in our place, and even with our problems, they would think it's a piece of cake, that's what you have to deal with. So where was I going with that thought? Oh yes, I was noticing here that you're really soaking it up, and that's really good. It says attention germinates gratitude. I am translating it intuitively as you're paying attention to your environment. You realize your blessings, although you're not there yet, but you are soaking up every moment. Good for you, my dear pile number 2. That's really nice. And this is what your higher self is genuinely congratulating you on, like paying attention, being in the moment. Yes, you are driven. Yes, your dreams are big, but it's in no way or form rushing you to get there. You would love to get there, but you are enjoying your day-to-day life. And like I was saying in the example, you are the type of person who has actually learned to enjoy what you have. You're not taking it for granted. You are not just focusing on the issues. You're really enjoying what you have. And that's a wonderful thing that your higher self wants to congratulate you on. Another thing that you have developed in, or you're doing so well that your higher self wants to congratulate you on, also has to do with your path, where you're going, how you're reaching your abundance and your destination. We talked about your passion, how you're moving, enjoying the moment, and all of that. Another thing you're doing right is you're very guarded and careful. While you're so passionate and your mind's open, Seven of Cups is sometimes seen as a bit naive, or like dreaming too big that it doesn't make sense anymore, or that it's building castles in the sky. You're really doing it right, because here in the Nine of Wands, you can see the links, and you seem to be guided. You have your eyes open, you're very well protecting yourself. Like you're allowing yourself to dream big, but at the same time, you're protecting yourself very well. You are guarded, you have your eyes open. You realize that just as there are nice things with beautiful emotions, some things are dangerous, just like the beautiful wildlife learning from nature, you are the same. You have your eyes open, you're enjoying nature, so to speak, but at the same time, you understand that there are dangerous things that lurks beneath the beautiful scenery. So your higher self is really showing us how guarded you are, how strong you are in terms of how you tend to protect yourself, and how you have your eyes open wide very well at all times. So your higher self wants to congratulate you on that energy, wants to let you know that this is a great job. Keep being and doing that. And just so you know, you are very near the great abundance, very near. Like the hard part has passed. You are now very near towards the abundance you are looking for. And from that point onwards, it's a smooth ride. Getting easier and smoother by the day. Okay, so let's see the final 2 cards. The Ace of Wands and the Justice card. The Justice card is a card of also cause and effect. And I'm reminded of that because here you've got a hand holding the herbs. Here it's choosing what to plant. So it's either cause and effect, or since your significator card is focusing on combined effort, alliance, and symbiosis, perhaps your higher self is congratulating you on your understanding of how you can benefit one thing and it benefiting you. So maybe you've learned to cooperate or collaborate with someone or something. There's great give and take, powerful with the Ace of Wands, powerful give and take between you and someone, and you're working in harmony together. Or it doesn't have to be someone, it could be a computer program, or it could be your efforts towards the community and how the community is benefiting you. There's great form of combined effort, symbiosis going on that your higher self is definitely congratulating you on, because that's a great energy to have. That's like understanding the nature of how things work. So your higher self is saying continue to do that, because this is what it's all about. Give and take. It's part of understanding unity, is that we're not separate, but we're all one. So whatever you're doing here, great job, my dear pile number 2. Your higher self is specifically congratulating you on that energy. And there seems to be a highlight, in fact, on it. But overall, like I said, it seems like you're moving towards your abundance. You're doing a great job in different aspects. You're passionate, yet very guarded, and you're careful. You are moving towards your abundance. You're doing all the right thing, vibrating gratitude. But at the same time, you're not rushing and living in the moment. These are all things that your higher self it really wants to congratulate you on. So great job there. Let's now take a look at what your higher self is advising you to look into and heal. So this is saying radioactive material. Some of the keywords here are scientist, Manhattan Project, World War III, arms industry, and so on. All of that. We also have X-rays, terrorists. So something is, I would say, dangerous. Radioactive material. Something is dangerous here. Material. You could be working with something that's dangerous, consuming something dangerous, maybe destructive even. Ace of Swords. Are you aware about it? Because the Ace of Swords is awareness, is truth. Not sure. Let's take a look at the rest of your tarot cards. I'm sure we'll be able to understand. The High Priestess. Five of Swords. This is an interesting Five of Swords. Oh, it could be the mind. Not consuming a material, but it could be a thought or your mind. Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, and the High Priestess is also associated by the mind, by the way. So let's continue now. Before I tell you what I see in the Five of Swords, you've got the Five of Pentacles. Ooh. There is a way that you're thinking about something that is not just affecting your mental state, but with radioactive material, it is causing great physics. I know physics is not the physical, but this is where I'm picking it up. It's causing some great destruction, not just mentally, but to your body. So a type of thought needs to be changed, regulated, because you're letting it win over you with the Five of Swords. I'm seeing your higher self is saying, don't leave it. I'll tell you what your higher self is saying in just a moment. Five of Pentacles, and you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is so interesting. So the Five of Swords here, when I read it in the guidebook a long time ago, was talking about how this figure stopped competing with the fox over who wins this little hilltop, because this figure has realized that their goals are far bigger than that, and they started looking out into the mountains and the valleys and the far distant places that are more important to this figure, that they would like to go towards. In fact, they've now understood better, to the point of of helping this fox reach the mountaintop. And it's realizing that this is not my game. Let the fox win here. This is not where I want to go. So I am seeing that your higher self is saying you're so laser focused on a specific thought or win to your own detriment. Let that type of thinking go. Or it's okay if you lose in some things. It's okay when things don't go the way you wanted in a specific area of your life. Let that go. Accept the fact. Have the wisdom to accept the fact that it's okay not to win it all or win in that area. With the Five of Pentacles, I'll get there. But maybe, so why would you want to win so bad in a specific area? It could be because you're wounded at it, or you lack something. So winning at it would make you feel a bit fulfilled in the moment. Whatever the reason is, I don't see your higher self actually focusing on the reason, but your higher self is saying wanting to win every time, wanting it to be perfect every time, is not natural and will only lead you to feelings of more lack. And here's what I wanted to get to. The Five of Pentacles. You are in the lack in the first place because you keep being focused on a specific either goal or way of something that must happen. And it doesn't have to happen this way. You know how they say not one size fits all, or things don't have to be perfect is another example of that. Not one size fits all. Things don't have to be perfect. They don't have to go right every single time. It's okay when they don't go right. It's okay that one thing is not going right but another thing's going right. I'm not sure. I keep looking at the different examples here to help you think about it. But whatever it is that you're so focused on winning at, it's about telling yourself it's okay to lose sometimes, or it's okay to not have everything, or it's okay to not have it perfect every time. It's okay that you're not like that, for example. Like I said, not every size fits all. Because whatever that thought of trying to reach something that is not natural, it's like an idea that's not correct, is very destructive to your mental state. But most importantly, with the radioactive material, without you realizing it, because we don't see the radioactive waves, we see its effect. And so your thoughts are not just affecting you mentally, but they are affecting you physically without you realizing. It's almost to the point of deterioration, and you want to be very careful. It's like this very thought is an attack on your system. And with the thunder here, maybe it's talking about even your nervous system. So you want to be very careful about that, because that thought is speaking about system, is starting to create the system of lack. It leads you to lack. You feel the lack, so you go back trying to win it. You don't, then you go back to lack, and it's a vicious cycle, leading to great destruction. So what is your higher self showing you here? With the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is lack, or not having. So I'm translating this as letting go of the need, just like the figure here, the need to win it, to must be perfect, to have it, to one size fits all, whatever. All of the examples we've been talking about, whichever you feel you could be resonating with. And in order to let go or to not have with the Five of Pentacles, because that thought needs to, just like the Five of Pentacles, not be there. There needs to be a lack of this thought in your system. It should not be there. It should not be the way you think. In order for it to not be there, you need to pay attention. See the figures looking. You want to put attention on exactly that, for it to not be there. When you notice yourself thinking in that direction, saying, oh, it has to be perfect, or one size fits all, or whatever, you want to focus now on, no, that idea should not be there. I should not be vibrating in that energy. I should not be, that should not be my focus. I should focus on the more important things. And so the Knight of Pentacles, this will require consistent effort. The more you notice it and remove that thought, swap it with another constructive thought consistently, the more that you will blossom, and this thought is out of your system. And whether you realize it or not, this thought is very destructive. It's draining you out, and may have even been draining you out, or I was about to say drying you out, for a very long time. And it keeps making you feel like you lack it, so you go back trying to achieve it. It doesn't make sense. It's not natural, so you go back and you're going back and forth, feeding each other. Again, the symbiosis, interesting, even works there. But this way, in this way, they're feeding each other, not you. The need and that thought, they're just working so well together. And you must interrupt that beautiful collaboration, that wonderful alliance there, by being consistent, slow but consistent. Don't rush trying to remove that thought, but if you focus on it, whenever you realize like, oh, I'm trying to win, I'm trying to be perfect, I'm trying to whatever the other thoughts were, I'm trying to reach a smaller goal versus a bigger goal. Remember that there's something much bigger for you to win than this. That it's okay, that it's only human, that it's not natural to win it like all the time, or be perfect all the time, or make something, when there's need, then sometimes in the moment to fix that need, one tends to exaggerate only in the balance. Only when you're balanced, that it's not so far up or so far down. It's right in the middle, in the normal middle. So yeah, just it will come into its natural balance when you are aware of it. You're like, it's that need. I've got an important goal to look at, and that is to look for my well-being. Whatever that goal is, look out for the most important thing and let the small things go. It's only natural, it's only human. With consistent effort, my dear pile number 2, your higher self is saying you will blossom and you will manage to remove this thought. Okay. Now, let's take a look at your higher self's guidance on how to achieve your biggest dream. Ooh, so we've got the full spirit moon with shine. It's interesting that we have the keyword shine with the moon. Usually it comes with the sun. So perhaps, and I could be wrong, like speaking before I see, it could be that you have so much potential to shine, to shine, but you are in the dark. You're not coming out to shine, perhaps. Let's see. I'll pull out your tarot cards. This way we get to understand better. And these are 4. Let's keep them to the side. So, you've got the King of Wands. That's definitely power and shining. Look at that. You've got the 8 of Cups. But wait a minute, this wolf is speaking out or making their sound when the sun is setting. So perhaps this is an emphasis on the night. This is walking out when the sun is rising. Or is it setting? I think it's rising. Anyways, you've got the King of Cups. Another king. Fire and water. Reminds me of temperance, balance or something. We'll find out. These will be our clarification cards. So, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. And you've got the 6 of Cups. I don't know what your dream is. But this is a dream since childhood, by the way, with the 6 of Cups. I don't know what your dream is, but your dream somehow requires you to shine. There's always a reflection of something on you, like the moon is shining bright because of the reflection of the sun. Here, the rainbow is shining on the mountain goat. So, what is this saying? I think it's saying, yeah, the sun's shining on the snow. I think this is saying you're trying to hide, but you still shine so bright. So imagine what would happen if you do, in fact, come into the light, which is what this figure is walking towards. The key word at the end of the day is shine. 10 of Pentacles with the King of Wands together, since this is the clarification, is talking about how you are so blessed in so many ways with the 10 of Pentacles. These blessings that you have will make you powerful, will make you shine so bright. I feel like you know how blessed you are, but you're graceful with the Queen of Cups. You're emotionally balanced. It's almost like it would be nice to shine, but you're not looking for it. Yeah, I think with the Queen of Cups, it's more like you've got this elegant energy to you. You know you're blessed, but and that's all that you need to know. But something pertaining to your dream, however, requires you, though, to shine. Let your shine shine. You are guided to walk out. How can I say this nicely? To walk out of your humbleness. No, nicely is not the word I want to say. I want to say this without saying it, without making it sound wrong. Like, I'm not saying, your higher self is saying, don't be humble. I'm saying that your higher self is saying, although it's wonderful to be emotionally balanced and not need this shine, that's where people need to shine from a place of balance. You are, however, still required or guided to step out into the light. Not needing it doesn't mean you shouldn't. And you're in fact guided to walk out boldly. The throat chakra. You're guided to be more bold, more outspoken, and to talk about these blessings openly. Like, for example, let's say you're a great artist, but you're not showing it. And you're like, I don't want to show off, I'm good. But you also have a dream. And so in that case, you are guided to still to openly show the art that you have, for example. So with the mountain goat, you know how the mountain goat is able to climb at steep angles and reach the mountaintop. Your higher self is saying, my goodness, if you don't get there, who's gonna get there? And you have great capabilities, unique capabilities, ever since you were a small child, to be at the mountaintop. So go be where you're supposed to be. You were made this way because you were meant to reach the mountaintop. So what are you doing where you are? Go to your mountaintop and shine boldly. Show your powers, your gifts, your blessings, whatever this is that is needed for your dream. And shine bright unapologetically. To do that, you've got 4 cards here. These are the 2 of Cups, the Fool card, the Queen of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. To do that, this needs to be, you need to understand the idea of symbiotic, which is your significator card, combined effort. So there's something about shining, but also letting others shine. And that's the reflection. It's, don't be one or the other. Like, don't be humble and let someone shine by not speaking, for example, about your art or your gifts or whatever. Or don't shine and forget about others. It's a balance. It's like, it works in harmony. So wherever your dream is taking you, wherever you want to go, you should be at the top. Remember, while you're there and while you're getting there, that it's all about that beautiful energy that you already understand, this symbiosis that you're already going through. And it's as such in everything else. And so it's like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I compliment you, you compliment me. I'm confident about my creativity, art, whatever this is. But I also appreciate yours. So it's like, when you shine, allow others to shine as well. And when you allow others to shine, that allows you to shine. So that symbiotic relationship, don't forget about that. Another advice is plunge into things with the Fool card. Don't think too much about it. Plunge into it. It's the best way to connect with that energy. And just like the salmon here, that's able to go against the grain. Right? It's one of the fish that can go against the grain, against the tide. I'm seeing here that maybe many things could be ideas or whatever are preventing you from getting out there and shining. Maybe ideas about humbleness, whatever it is. your higher self is saying, go against that tide. You don't have to follow every idea that you have. In fact, think about it well with the Queen of Swords. Organize your thoughts, realize your power, organize your thoughts, and moving forward, you know that what thoughts to follow and what thoughts not to follow. This will help you when it's time to shine, to move against the grain. Everything that is telling you not to, maybe you got used to not to. Everything else, when it starts to happen, you move against it. This is how you change this cycle. So, my dear pile number 2, it seems like it is evident that you must shine. And it's not, you're not shining because you don't believe in your blessings. In fact, with the Queen of Cups, you know who you are very well. It's just graceful. But maybe over years of being graceful, you have taught yourself somehow not to shine in that area, at least, of your dreams. And your higher self is saying, remember your blessings. They're there for a reason. They're there for you to be at the top. You've always been unique. Don't hide that. And remember to give and take, to plunge into it, organize your thoughts so that whenever you get resistance, you move past it. By time, this cycle will be cleared, and it will be your natural state to shine. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck with what's to come ahead. I see you're moving towards abundance, and great things are about to happen in your life. You're about to shine bright. Claim that energy for yourself. It's yours. This is what your higher self is showing you. You're meant to shine bright. Why are you dimming your own light? This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at your higher self's evaluation of your spiritual journey, of your spiritual progress. So part of it will be the things that you are doing great and your higher self is congratulating you on and wants you to do more of. And the other part will be where your higher self is guiding you to grow and exactly what type of guidance you're getting in that area. And then finally, we'll be taking a look at your higher self's guidance on how to achieve your biggest dreams. So that is the plan for today's reading. These are the 3 sections. And before we begin, let me very quickly introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful rainbow or quartz. Your significator card is setting sun with the keywords depression, habits, and suffering. And it looks like this one moved. I'm gonna, whoa, thanks. I think the cards have been ready. Oh, even these are in, like, right. These will be the cards we use today. Very interesting. So if you picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aries, Libra, Taurus, and Pisces. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Now, they have been divided into 3 parts naturally. So this was the closest one to pile 1. That's why I put it there. The open one, we'll keep it here. And then this one, we'll keep it there. Right, so let's get straight into it. In fact, let's keep them up there. And take a look at what your higher self believes or wants to show you that you've been doing absolutely well, you're on progress, and what your higher self wants to tell you about that. So you've got a Pluto with control here, and it says a marionette dances on its strings. Sometimes control can help you to master a subject. Often it can be a misuse of power or overly self-protective. Ask yourself whether control is helping or hurting. Then connect with the parts of you that is comfortable with letting go. Very interesting. Let's see where this takes us. You've got the Devil card. Are you starting to have, because the Devil card is a card of attachment, so are you starting, or maybe you have already taken a grasp and control of something that was always taking control over you, that's fixing a limiting belief? So that's really cool. You've got the Empress. Yes, it looks like you've healed something here, and you are acting, how can I say? The Empress has power, but is abundant and is allowing for everyone and every form of life to experience that abundance with her. She's living a comfortable, beautiful life. She has power, but is also not misusing that power, right? You've got the Death card. You definitely have transformed and changed. That's clear. You've changed. You've changed skin also. Thicker skin. Maybe this is talking about having thicker skin. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. You've mastered something. Wow, that's, I mean, if your higher self was speaking, your higher self couldn't be clearer than that. With the Empress, you're vibrating beauty. You're vibrating, like creative force is moving through you easily. You're a vessel through which creative force moves easily. So that these two could be talking about also your creativity and how you've mastered your work. So depending on how this resonates with you, you've perhaps some skill that was very important to your soul journey. That skill you've mastered. And it could even be both messages at the same time. So I believe you've grown thicker skin in an area that used to control you. And now you're the one who's in control. And energy now, that creative force, because you've let go of that limiting belief, you've become a vessel through which energy flows through you easily, and that's why you've got a grasp on it, and you're able to, you feel like, I got this. I can do this whenever I want to, whenever I'm put in this situation. I just know what to do. You remind me of a situation where someone would feel super intimidated about something before getting into it, but after some time that they do this thing, they're so good at it. And now when they're put in that situation, they're like, I got this, don't worry, I totally got this. They can train other people to do it. Maybe even laugh at themselves back then when they couldn't do it. You know, it's like languages also, learning a new language, learning a new skill, or even learning the skill of having thicker skin. However this resonates with you. For some of you, these strings could even be the nervous system in your body or the emotions, how they used to have a grasp over you, and now you're the one who has a grasp over yourself. Empress is nature, so you've gone back to your nature, which means you've overcome. Yeah, you've gone back to your nature, sophisticated self, which means that you could have always done this skill, but perhaps there was something that was controlling you. And now, as you've gained back control, you've gone back to your original sophisticated self. I have an idea here, since we have death, that you as a soul were always able to do that. You had that sophistication, and now you've gone through that transformation, and you were able to get in touch with that mastery back. You've also, death with the devil, you were able to end the illusions or whatever toxic energy that was controlling you or had a grasp on you with the devil card. You were able to cut ties with that fully and get back to your masterful self. And it makes sense. That energy is always around us. You know how when sometimes people get into NDEs, near-death experience, and then they come back and they suddenly speak another language, which is real, you know, these things happen. They wake up and they speak another, like they speak Spanish, or they suddenly are able to play the piano so well, or anything like that. It's like we have we have an understanding of that. We have, because our mind is not just the physical mind, there's the soul mind as well. You somehow tapped by ending this attachment, you suddenly created way. That's what we see with the creative energy of the Empress. You created way for you to reconnect back to your masterful self. So congratulations, you're back there. Because I was gonna say you're nearly there. No, your higher self and devil, you're back there. You've finally ended this. Can we get more information on what you've ended, or is this like more general because it's a general reading? Let me try. Oh, can we, like, since we've gotten the cards here, can I take, it's split here, so I'm gonna do that. Take the cards from there. Thank you. So you've got the Six of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you were trying to balance something all your life. Like sometimes you do it well, sometimes you don't, and it swings. It swings. Six of Swords. The swords is the mind. So it's the Six of Swords is moving from tumultuous waters to calmer waters. The reason it was swinging, this skill, whatever it was, I'll try to find out, all your life, is because you already had access to that. And so sometimes in a slithering moment, you would tap into that memory, that energy, and you do it so well. But then you would get into the tumultuous waters of your mind and you lose that. And so you were always like, it was ups and downs because of that controlling energy. And sometimes you tap into that masterful energy, and you can see how that would work, right? How it would swing. It's like two magnets, one control and one mastery. And I believe whatever it is that you were trying to learn has to do with how your mind was controlling you. Yeah, that's definitely the mind controlling you. Maybe the mind was telling you you couldn't do it. It had to do something with your growth, perhaps freedom to do something that you wanted. Maybe even how you look because of the butterfly's beautiful wings and the Empress. I'm not sure. Maybe your physical body, maybe one form of skill or another, something pertaining to your freedom of what you wanted to experience. Butterfly looks beautiful. Empress is attractiveness, Venus energy, and you have setting sun. So maybe it doesn't have to be like beauty, but it could be how you present yourself or present a skill. Because setting sun is like your shine set for a while, only to come back bright because you are meant to shine bright. Something like that. How you present yourself, how you present a skill, something that is obvious and seen is all I can pick up. Okay, but the message is not finished. Let's take a look at the final two cards. These were clarification cards. You've got the Mother of Pentacles, that's the Queen of Pentacles, and the Father of Pentacles, that's the King of Pentacles. You know what? I'm sensing, since this is control and you've got the Mother and the Father, could this have been parental control? a parental control or something that your parents may have done to control you. Sometimes it's not vicious. You may have had beautiful parents, just didn't know better, thought that they were doing the best thing for you, but maybe while you got the advantage of that, you were perhaps now had to heal in another area that was controlling you. I think that you could have healed, or maybe you are on the verge of healing a mother or father or parental wound. It doesn't have to be your parents, any authoritative figures. Depending on, of course, how that resonates with you. Some form of authority had a passed on idea that controlled you for so long. It set your shine, and now your shine is rising. I would say with the setting sun and the death card, you are now rising, or you have already full-blown risen in the afternoon. So something like that. And so, my dear pile number 1, congratulations on that. Congratulations on that, on bringing your shine back. Parental wounds, I want to say it's not good for you. Good for you that you've done the needed efforts to heal that. Good for you. That's what I see as your higher self's message there. Congratulations on healing, because you're rising as a sun now. You're rising as a sun. You're rising like the Empress, and you're rising like a butterfly. You're free to fly. And you could already be, or about to be, living a life where you are living your true, authentic self unapologetically. I love this reading for you, and I love seeing stories like that. I wish you the best of luck, my dear pile number 3. Such a beautiful story. Okay, now let's take a look at your higher self's message when it comes to the things that they are guiding you to do to improve in a specific area of your life. So you've got elder with wisdom. Interesting card. All right, you've got obviously the first card that popped up from the very beginning, 7 of Wands, which means that you are challenged with something, and that fire could, what could be burning a little bit now, could help you in cleansing a karma, maybe even an old karma, clearing an old karma. So 7 of Wands, we'll see what this is in a moment. 9 of Wands, like waking up from an old, how can we say, vibrating differently, and hence clearing a karma. So you've got the 9 of Wands, step by step. Each one provides a step. You've got the Daughter of Pentacles, that's the Prince, the Page of Pentacles. You've got the Star. And we have these two open right there. The 7, it's really cool that they're exactly the same number of cards. These were clarification anyway, right? So you've got the 7 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. So what is this saying? I believe your higher self is saying something along the lines of, you've grown a lot as a soul. You're an old soul. You've been around, obviously, and you've gained wisdom. That type of wisdom, as you can see here, that cannot be taken from you. That's the wisdom that, as you if you believe in reincarnation or that type of wisdom, that even when you move into a new life, it cannot be taken from you. And there's something about how you've grown such wisdom to have the, what is it called, the word? Discernment. To be more focused on clearing out your karma and not adding into it. You know, like you don't come into, for example, a new life or a new experience, whatever you believe in, and you, from that experience, do things to win the situation, adding more to your karmic debt, karmic vibration. I feel like you let the small things go. What I'm trying to say is you are very focused on clearing your karma. That this is where you're focused on, and this is why you're growing as a soul from one lifetime to another, or from one experience to another. At the moment, something is burning. Something is particularly burning in your life. It's probably what you believe is your biggest challenge with the Seven of Wands. The most thing that is challenging you at the moment. And I'm seeing your higher self saying that flame is helping you clear out a karma or a vibration, helping you vibrate higher. Like, isn't it not easy to, for example, use magic or have an opportunity come, or some serendipitous event would come and just make this challenge go away and you would have your dream, because obviously they're tied. Yes, it could happen, but that's not the point. The point of this burn is to clear out your karma or help you vibrate higher. And so perhaps you feel so challenged, like it's a long way to go, right? Feels like a hard challenge. This challenge, if you look at it from a wide perspective, it could be very intimidating, right? And so your higher self here is saying, you're not supposed to begin this. You're not supposed to deal with this all at once. As you can see with exactly how the Seven of Pentacles is showing us, this requires patience. And it doesn't require you to begin somewhere that is too intimidating for you. Start from the very, very bottom. But start. And we'll talk about the but start here in a moment. But let's continue to be organized with the message. But start. Even if you're starting from zero. But just start. And know very well that you have other realms powerfully working with you to help you transcend this specific challenge, because it is leading to something huge with the Star card when it comes to your spiritual journey. In fact, when I see the star, maybe this is talking about moving past the astral realm, like moving past this realm, going to heavenly realms. This is big. And to go there, you must face these challenges, giving you the muscles, the understanding, the power, the wisdom, the vibration you need to be able to transcend. It will translate in your world at the moment with you achieving your biggest dream. Yes, my dear, you are meant to achieve this dream and shine. And so, as you know, these two critical pieces of the puzzle, that you're meant to start even if it's from 0 level, but just start, and that you have powerful beings, realms, if I can say, working with you, you will be able to reach the top. There's no question about that. In fact, the biggest advice here that your higher self is giving you is to just start. You know how, even in our world, not the spiritual world, although everything is tied, what am I talking about? The hardest thing when it comes to productivity, for example, the hardest thing to do is to just begin. Because once you start, it starts happening together. The biggest advice is just to start. Like, if you're writing a book, just write the first sentence. If you are about to paint, just put the colors and, put the paintbrush in the color and just do something. Just begin. And it's just going to unfold. We forget that we are vessels of energy, just as you've done it here. So here with the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, do you see how in the Nine of Wands is step-by-step process? It's arduous, it's tough, it's heavy. That's the Nine of Wands. But the biggest log is at the bottom. It's the biggest step. And that is just to start. You will see that if you just start, you will be surprised with the Page of Pentacles to have, like, how can I call it? Extra credit, like free credit. You know how when a company, marketing company, or any company says, if you register with us today, we will give you a free credit of $100. What? Yes. It's yours today if you just register. All you need to do is register with us as a company, keep working with us, and you get a credit of $100, $200, $500. And so there is something about that here. You will be surprised to see that if you just start, you get so much credit. And maybe you're thinking, but I've already started this. Then this is talking about the next step. Beginning something new in whatever you started, whatever this is, because there's definitely something about just start, what I'm observing here. Maybe you just started your project, but you need to start that new project within that project. I don't know, but there's something about just start, and you will be surprised to see so much credit with that new beginning that will make the rest of the steps feel less arduous. It will make the next steps feel manageable, doable, believable. Like, for example, someone who talks about, let's talk about the painting idea. Well, actually, let's talk about the business idea. Let's say someone keeps talking and talking for years to their friends, to their families, to anyone that meets them. I wish to start this business one day. Do you know how I'm good at this skill? Do you know how I'm sure I can do this business? Do you know how I know how I'm already doing handling the business part of it in my regular job, and I do great. Why? I want to start my own business and do it. And then everybody's advice is, then why don't you do it? And this person goes back home. This whole thing to just begin is heavy. Like, do I have to register the company? Do I have to write the business description, the vision? Do I have to create the product or the service? Do I have to create a website? Do I have to save for this? Do I have to now go out and talk to clients? And this whole situation is so heavy. Although this person is so sure they can do it, which may not be the case here, or maybe you are sure or not, I don't know. But in any case, all I'm trying to say is that this whole thing Maybe this person knows how to do this job, but other things they're not sure about. Anyways, all I'm trying to say is that it's so heavy that this person just doesn't start, right? Talks about it for years, and everyone's like, after hours of listening to this person, start becoming passionate. Like, why don't you then start? What a shame. The person says, yes, I know it's a shame. Goes back home, nothing happens. So one day, one of their friends, and their usual, follow up, and like, come on, you can do this business. Why aren't you doing it already? And the person says, I've already sold this service to 5 people. They're waiting for me. So tomorrow I'm going to speak to a lawyer and I'm going to register the company. What? Something has already begun. So the selling to the 5 people, they want their service, made it so believable that the person is already like, something happened leading to another thing, to another thing, to another. It just comes together. And this person is already on the path of making this business happen. Or like that person who talks about writing a book all their lives, and suddenly they're like, if I were to write this book, what would be my first sentence? And they write something along the lines of, what a path that was. And suddenly just this line inspires the whole book, and there's channeling all these ideas of what the sentence meant. So what I'm trying to say here with these examples is that the beginning for you is the hardest. And once you begin it, the surge of energy will just appear into your life. So much so that all of that, you feel like I have solid things to work with, and it will just prompt you to do one thing after the next. And then at some point you're like, whoa, I can't believe I've gone all this way. And the next part seems easy, and it's just natural. Part of the natural flow for you to overcome this challenge. One day it was so hard to get to that part, just this part, and you find yourself there going, oh my God, look at this. I've just got a couple of steps to go. And just like everything you have gone through as a soul, even like, look at that. You've had something control you. And your higher self is literally saying, congratulations on the end of this control. That's a devil card. Like, what are the odds? And so just like that, you're also guided to do the same. The only difference here is that this specific challenge is somehow helping you transcend to other realms. Living a different life in this lifetime, achieving your dream, congratulations. It's like that person who's heard the news that they've aced their tests, that the university that they want has taken them. They're still sitting in the living room, but they know that in a month or 2, they're about to start a new world. It's the same in this lifetime. You're sitting in your living room, aka the earth. You're enjoying the beautiful luxuries of life. You're enjoying it to the full, knowing that in your next life, or after everything is said and done, you are moving to the heavenly realm. And so this is for your best interest. Start the clearing process by just beginning something. And that beginning will give you so much. The deer is a highly alert animal. It will alert you, just like that writer, to everything else you need to do, and what you're capable of, and the tools that you have. It's just going to open up, and you'll be able to run towards it from that point onwards. So whatever is burning you now, your higher self is saying, come on, you know better. Just begin. And you shall see the magic, just like everything else. Do you not know that you have powerful energies working with you? Just begin and watch the magic transform as you always have. My dear pile number 3. I love your pile. It's like end the suffering there already. You have it in your hands to do it. Okay. So that is the second part of your message when it comes to your higher self in today's reading. Let's now take a look at your higher self's guidance on how to achieve your biggest dream. Ooh, fancy. What dream do you have? You have aristocrat. So history, noble title. Maybe you've come from, how can I say this? Yes, I mean, look at how they're looking in the same direction. You seem to me like you come from inheritance, ancestors, you see, family. From, I'm just going to say it, like a noble ancestor of some sort, a royal line. I'm just going to read it as it is. If you think this is crazy, please pass this part. But elite, there's something royal, you see, privilege, wealth, whether in this lifetime, maybe it's in this lifetime, this lifetime, a past lifetime, depending on what resonates with you. Maybe both, right? There's something aristocratic about you. It's just part of your heritage. So, how to achieve your dreams, we'll find out. But upper class, something like that. Privilege, maybe you've got a huge privilege that you have. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So, you've got the Magician. I think we should separate it a bit so that we can read this clearly. The Magician. You've got the Justice card. You've got the Father of Wands. This is the King of Wands. Let's put this one here. That is the Five of Swords. You know the worm, when you split it into half, it doesn't die. It just becomes two worms now. So, what is that saying? At least in some species. Some things, when you split them, doesn't break them. Like for example, an atom. What happens when you split an atom in half? It releases this huge surge of energy, right? The Magician. What hits you doesn't break you is the saying? Or what breaks you makes you stronger. Exactly. What breaks you makes you stronger. What happened here? What breaks you makes you stronger. Father of Wands, King of Wands. We just need to put the picture together now. There's something along the lines of you are privileged. Greatly privileged. For most of you, there is some form of magic. I don't want to say anything really is magic, really. Like even a skill, if you do so well, that's magic. But I want to say that you were privileged with either having a skill or being in a privileged position due to your current family, a current ancestry or soul ancestry or something. And nobody can take that privilege from you. This privilege has been given to you to achieve, as we mentioned, something. Along your path, as you were trying to achieve your dream, something greatly broke you. But as you can see in your Five of Swords, your higher self is clearly saying, you cannot be broken, my dear. You can't. You can feel sad, you can feel the hit, but nothing ever can end this dream for you, ever. And just as we see, what breaks you makes you stronger. If anything, people are going to be surprised, or whatever that thing is, going to be surprised that hit is only making you double the work or double the awesomeness. expand in different directions depending on what this means. And so your higher self is saying this is far from over. The magic lies within you. It's when something is passed on, nothing can take it away from you. Like if, for example, these are your genes, people can whine about it, people can hate about it. It's yours. If this is your history, people can lie about it, people can cover it up. It's still your history, you know? The truth will find its way. Like people hundreds of years later will find an artifact that will show the truth. All I'm trying to say is this is the sort of thing that is meant to happen. You're given this privilege because you are meant to achieve this very dream that you have. Could these be related? Because look at that. Maybe not, I don't know. But all I'm seeing is that this is far from over. You've got magic within you that nobody can take from you, or nothing can take from you, no matter how much it or they tries. At the moment, things seem to have come into balance. And while before it seemed to you, or maybe others, or to this situation, that this grand hit has ended this for you, perhaps deep down you always knew it can't be over. In your heart, your awareness, your soul knows. But now is the time where things are coming to balance. And so you will find great power. And with the wands and the magician, this is not just your personal power and your personal magic. This is you experiencing magic on the outside. Because as within, so without. And so that's perhaps the balance that the Justice card is showing. You're feeling that power now. Your desire for it is increasing for a reason. And on the outside, you will equally see magic. Here and there, by time it starts becoming stronger. Your desire for it becomes stronger, and the outside magic that you see becomes stronger. That is just you attracting this dream towards you, because that's what you're feeling. And so basically, I'm not seeing this as a guidance per se, but more of an awareness. Your higher self letting you know, this is going to happen. This dream is going to happen. And, you know, I don't want to say don't chase it. Something intuitively here is like, just feel it, vibrate it, feel it. I really feel it. That this is what the message is saying. Is it like something I'm picking up? There's something about, I'm almost like the rational part of me is afraid to tell you don't do anything because that doesn't make sense, or you know you should always do something towards your dreams. Shouldn't always say always, but I don't know, don't ask me. Just something about your vibration, your power of vibration, the fact that you're meant to carry this through, that you're privileged for a reason. Perhaps looking at this would say your ancestors have always been working towards it, passing from one generation to another, this gift, so that each part of this family does their part. And so is your part. You have a role, which you're going to do. There's no question about that. I don't even feel like I want to double check. I feel so strongly, and I'm just going to trust my intuition here. I'm just going to trust my intuition and tell you, and it is actually, thinking about it, the message of the magician: as within, so without. You have all the tools, you have everything ready. Things are ready, things are in place, they are ready. Vibrate that passion, vibrate that energy, and you will see it on your outside world. You will start seeing magic a lot, and it's just going to attract it to you. Stay grounded, stay balanced, vibrate that energy, whatever you're doing here. Vibrate that magic of yours, or put your attention towards that very dream. Just stay still. Stay still, I would say, actually. It's not my advice, you know. If we're hearing advice from me, I would say go for it, you know. But really, this is here just saying stay still. I'm not gonna feel worried about saying stay still. I'm just gonna trust fully the advice. Stay still, vibrate the energy, and you shall see it, the balance on your outside world powerfully. Things are going to launch in a powerful way for you. So stay still, dear soul, is what I'm seeing here. Vibrate in the energy of the magician. Vibrate in the energy of the knowing that you can. Exactly that. And my dear pile number 3, that is exactly what I see as your message from your higher self regarding your journey, your evaluation, and your guidance. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.